Have you ever been in a conversation with someone where after just a few moments you realized it really wasn't a conversation, at least not a two-way conversation? Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins, Director of the Marriage Recovery Center, where we specialize in narcissistic and emotional abuse. And when I work with narcissistic men, and I work with a lot of them, they have a sense of superiority and argumentativeness. Nothing is easy. They are dominant. They are forceful. Even if they're not a show-off, like some narcissists are very, very arrogant and they show off and they have to be in the limelight, but not all of them. Not all covert narcissists are flagrantly show-off-ish. They are nonetheless quite dominant in their interactions with their mate and with others. And you feel this force. You feel this power. You feel this dominance. And it stems from an attitude that has to be dealt with if there's going to be real change. And that attitude is an attitude of superiority. I want you to remember that word, an attitude of superiority. When you're with someone and they have to have the last word, they have to find something wrong with what you're saying. They have to be right. They have to win, even if it's a subtle force. You feel this sheer force. And believe it or not, many times they don't recognize it. They're just trying to make a point. They're just trying to convince you, coerce you, and they may not see this attitude of superiority, but it is there. And if there's going to be any change, and yes, we work with narcissistic and emotionally abusive men who have had the breakdown that leads to the breakthrough. Their mate has threatened to leave them or has left them, or something drastic has happened where now their mate is finally relevant because she hasn't been relevant up to this point. But after they have had the breakdown that leads to the breakthrough, and they are actually open to hearing some things about themselves that are very uncomfortable, then we can root out this underlying attitude of superiority, this dominance, this forcefulness. I often have to be quite confrontational with these men. I have to exhibit a firmness, a force, if you will, to let them know, look, this is how you're coming across. Look, there is an underlying attitude that we need to talk about of superiority. You may not see it. You may not even believe it. You may deny that it's there, but it is there. Something happened somewhere along the line where they have done this compensatory action. They've cultivated this attitude of superiority, and now they have been dominant. So, again, what must happen? They must have a breakdown that leads to the breakthrough. They must be in counseling with someone who will root out and look at and explore this attitude of superiority. And it must be in front of them, and ultimately they must own it, take responsibility for it, and then we can go about the long, painstaking process of rooting it out and developing cooperation, collaboration, communication. All right. Thank you for listening. Take care. God bless.